and welcome to Urban Homestead. Sourdough doesn't have to be complicated. Today, I'm taking you step by step through the making of a beautiful sourdough petard, from feeding the starter all the way to pulling that golden loaf out of the oven. You'll see how simple and rewarding it is to bake artisan bread at home.
Good morning. Welcome to Urban Homestead. I'm Lisa, and this morning we're going to be doing our regular sourdough boule. So the first thing you're going to need is you're going to need to have a lovely, active, and ready starter before you start. Look at that. That is Nigel, and he is from England. So I fed him last night, so he's lovely and active. You will need a scale. You don't have to, but it's really best if you use a scale. Your measurements will come out a lot better. A nice bowl, salt, flour, and water. That's it. So here we go. We are going to start our scale. And then we tare. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is 325 grams of water. And then we're going to add our starter, and you'll want to tare in between. It gives you better readings. Oh, you guys need to see this. Look at that. He is lovely. So we're doing 100 grams of starter, and that's just a little over, but that's okay. It won't hurt anything. All right. So I usually mix my starter and my water. This is a Danish dough hook, and it is amazing. I will link all of the things that I get. I got this from Amazon, and I will try to find other things that I have that I use for my bread, and I'll link it in the description below. All right, so we're going to tare. And then we're going to do 10 grams of salt. And I use organic pink Himalayan sea salt. All right. Okay. So now we need 475 grams of flour. Perfect. All right. And so we'll mix that up. So your dough is going to be quite shaggy, and depending on where you are in your season, sometimes you might need to add a little bit extra water, but I would just be super careful with it, so you don't get too much. It's going to be really shaggy. So here you go. Here's your dough. Very shaggy dough. And I'm going to add just a touch more water. And I use distilled or purified. You don't want to use any water that has fluoridation in it or chlorine, because if you get it straight from the tap, that's what it's going to have in it. So it can kill your yeast, or your sourdough starter. Okay, so we're a little shaggy here. So we're just going to set him aside. I will cover him with a damp towel or with plastic, and in 30 minutes we will start our stretch and folds. Okay, so our first 30 minutes is up, and we are going to do our first stretch and fold. So you can see that it's kind of come together a little bit. And so you want to get a little bit of water. I usually keep a little bowl of water, and then you just pull it up, and it's going to be a little funky at first. So you just go round and round all four corners. It is super forgiving dough. There are really no rules. People are a little funny sometimes, so you just kind of have to go with it. So anyway, I kind of do a little extra stretches on mine. I think that it helps a little bit to get it going. So you want to keep your fingers down. And I do some Z coils and some other folds and stuff. So you don't really need to do it. 4, 5, 6, whatever is about good. Then you're going to put your cover back on, and then we're going to do another 30-minute rest, and then I will do 3 more sets of these, and I will be back when everything's all done. See you then. Okay, so it's about an hour and a half later, and I have done 4 sets of stretch and folds, and here is what we look like now. It looks lovely. I'll show you how it is. It has gone very soft. It's nice. You can see it's almost window pane, but not quite. You see how it still is breaking a little bit. So what we're going to do is I'm going to do a little bit more of a stretch and fold here, and I'm going to put it back in the bowl. We're going to cover it and let it rest for 6 to 12 hours, depending on how quickly it doubles. So once it doubles, then we will come back and we'll do the final steps. Well, it is almost 7:30 this evening, and we're back to put our bread into our basket. Oh, not bad. So we've got pretty much a double. Actually, it is a double. And so what we're going to do is we're going to flour our surface and pull our bread out of the bowl, and make sure that you scrape it really well. Get all the stuff out. Okay, so apply your hands a little bit, and we're going to shape. Oops, I didn't get enough flour over here, and that usually happens. So you want to pull your bread out into your dough. It's not bread yet, almost. You pull it into a rectangle. You're going to bring part of it over, smush it down a little bit, then you're going to bring the other one over, and then we're going to roll it. So one of the big things is you want to make sure that you get your top nice and tight, because the tighter it is, the more it will rise. So we're going to put this in the refrigerator, and it'll rise overnight, and then we will bake it tomorrow. So you just kind of roll it and pull. I have a little more flour. You don't want to get too much. So just keep pulling and rolling. And then we're going to put it in. Here's our basket, and we're floured with our rice flour. Okay, and then we're going to stitch it. That's what they call it. So this is pulling the top tight again. So and you can kind of fold it in, because sometimes with the flour on it, it won't stick to itself. So then I'm just going to put a little flour on it. And we're going to use our same little cover. And so what I'll do is I will stick this in the microwave for about, I don't know, half hour or an hour, just enough to let it rise just a little bit because you don't want it to overproof. So I will put it in the fridge overnight, and then it gives us that long ferment, which helps you with your gut and being able to digest it. So, okay, so we will see you tomorrow when we're ready to bake. Okay, good morning, y'all. Okay, so guess what day it is? It is baking day. So we have our loaf out and it is warming up just a tad. The oven is preheating to 475. I have the Dutch oven in the oven warming up with the oven. And as soon as it is ready, I will be putting it in for 30 minutes. It will bake covered for 30 minutes, and then I will uncover it and it will bake another 5 to 10 minutes depending on how it looks. So, all right, we'll see you in a minute. Okay guys, our oven is hot and we're back. We had a little bit of a hiatus for a couple of hours, so I am back and I'm going to get the bread in the oven. So, first thing I'm going to do, turn our bread out. And I'm putting some rice flour on it so that it has a nice little spot on top for my lamb. So here's, I'm doing the scoring. And you want to make sure that your score is deep enough. You don't have to get fancy, but I sort of do. All right. These are the best gloves. I'll link them for you. Amazon, of course. All right. Here we go. Okay, set my timer for 30 minutes, and I'll see you back here in 30 minutes. Okay guys, here we go. Oops, should have put my gloves on first. Let's see what we have. Ooh, that's nice. All right, a few more minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, here we are, moment of truth. Oh, fogged up my glasses. Oh, that is lovely. All right, not as much spring as I'd like, but look at this, folks. Look at this. I don't know if you can hear that. See that? I wish you could smell. Wish you had smell-o-vision. All right. Well, there we have it. We've got a lovely loaf of sourdough ready, and I'm hoping that you guys will all try to do it on your own. If not, buy some from somebody who does. We'll be back. Thanks for joining me. Like and subscribe, share this video, and check out the comments. And I will pin some comments. I will have links for you for the gloves, for the things, all the things that I am using today. So, all right. Thanks for joining me, guys. Bye.
And there you have it, a crusty golden sourdough batard made right at home. If you enjoyed baking along with me, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this with fellow bread lovers. Until next time, happy baking.